Hello, welcome to the Joe Cortez Show here in Las Vegas, Nevada, the boxing capital of the world. Today we have the honor of having some special guests on the show. You know, we're talking about boxing, the boxing capital, so of course, today I had to bring on my good friend Jason Vincent, who's the supervisor for the World Boxing Federation. And we have today with us the Asia Pacific featherweight champion, Michael Dos Marinas, who's a great fighter with 33-3 record, and be fighting December 9th for another professional fight. He's on his way up. And welcome to the show, guys.
Thanks for having us, man. Okay. Appreciate you having us on here, Joe. Thank you.
Great. So, we're here today to talk about boxing, of course, and you bring a gentleman on who's a great fighter for the Philippines.
Thank you, sir.
If you're half as good as Manny Pacquiao, you're a great fighter. So it's good to have you here today. Now, Michael, tell me a little bit. You have fought some of the great fights in your career, but you lost one good fighter. Tell us the name of that one fighter.
The name is Naoya Inoue.
Right.
I fight 118 pounds in bantamweight.
Yeah.
And that was 3 years ago at the Hard Rock, or they call it the Virgin Casino now, but here in Las Vegas, the Hard Rock. Yeah.
Well, you have no shame of losing to a guy like that. 'Cause he's one of the great ones out there. Yeah. And but you're an Asia Pacific featherweight champion right now.
Yeah.
So you're on the WBC. So that's very good that you're in that position right now. You're young and you still have a lot of years left in boxing. So we'd like to see you keep on moving ahead.
Yeah, thank you, sir.
We brought Michael over. We brought him actually out here on a working visa, in coordinates with the World Boxing Foundation, the WBF, and in the Philippines. We were able to get him out here. He's been in the United States since September. He's been training at the Wild Card Gym with Coach Lucas Sugar and Freddie Roach and all those guys over there. And we just moved him to Las Vegas on Monday. So he's training at the Knucklehead Boxing Gym and the Manny Pacquiao promotion gym with Sean Gibbons and Brendan, his sons Brendan Gibbons and Parker Gibbons.
Well, Sean Gibbons is one of the great managers in boxing. Right. He's definitely got Manny Pacquiao on the right track, and hopefully he'll do the same with you.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, you're definitely on the right track. And you're in the boxing capital of the world, which is good. So you got a home base here now, and you keep yourself going. And having Jason Vincent as your guidance and guiding you in the right direction, you're going to go places, I'm sure.
Just want to let you guys know, he just got finished sparring about an hour and a half ago.
Yeah.
So literally, he was just over at the Sean Gibbons gym and Manny Pacquiao's gym, the Knucklehead Boxing Gym here in Las Vegas. We had probably six fighters from other gyms here locally come over and spar. They house about 8, 9, 10, 12 Filipino fighters over. So they're on an 1.5-acre lot. They have a private gym in the back and casitas and all that. But
is that gym open to the public?
No, it's an invite only. So if you ever want to go down there, you got a personal invite. But it's all high-level athletes down there. Not that there's not high-level athletes all over Vegas here, but everybody there has 10, 15, 20, or 30 or more professional fights and distinguished amateur careers and all that. So it's a real high-level gym, real friendly gym. It's a private gym, and you get really good work, really good sparring over there. And then it cuts out a lot of the having the entourages there and all. You know how that is. You go in some gyms for one sparring session and there's 100 people in there, so it cuts a lot of that out too. Yeah. So the athletes can concentrate on getting their work in.
Exactly. Now tell me, Michael, you're here in Las Vegas. How do you like being in Las Vegas?
Very good. Very good experience, and I like to train here because I sparred with an amateur good sparring partner.
Good. That's great. So you're here in Vegas, and you're training for some of the great fights you have coming up in the near future. Now, you have 33 professional wins, right?
Yeah.
3 losses. How many knockouts do you have on your record?
22.
22. So you're a decent puncher. You got. If the right one will get you, the left one will, right?
Same.
Okay, good. Now, Jason, can you tell us what is your role with Michael these days?
I'm helping him out. I'm advising the team. Coach Lucas Sugar. Coach Ting is the head coach. Coach Ting was on many of Pacquiao's teams. He's coached many world champions like Marlon Tapales, the current IBF and WBA 122-pound champ, who's getting ready to fight in a way for all 4 belts December 26th in Japan. He also was the head coach for the Philippines Olympic team in 1984 in Los Angeles.
Right.
So he's been at it over 40 years. So I'm going to help advising them a little bit with the matchmaking side. Obviously, I'm in charge of setting up his sparring and stuff like that, getting them on shows with you here. And, kind of the promotional side and assistant managing side. And training a little bit. I put on the hitting shield there, and I let Michael whack me a few times. He hit me a bunch in the stomach yesterday. I'm still a little sore. So.
Okay. So tell them, you still got a little spark of the old flash. You did a little sparring back in your days too, right?
Yeah, my last fight was 4 years ago. Everybody's sick of me telling them I'm 50. I'll be 50 December 9th. And I would like to compete one more time. I've competed in judo, jiu-jitsu, boxing, kickboxing, and taekwondo. Like I said, my last USA boxing fight was 4 years ago. I was 45. I'll be 50. And I like to do one more and then be done.
We're talking at the amateur level.
Amateur level. Headgear, minute and a half, not even 2 minutes this time. I'll do a minute and a half rounds, 3 rounds. And, both you guys know, being competitive, being a fighter, it never leaves you. Right. Even you. Obviously you had a great amateur career. You had a good pro career. You went in the military, got out, became a Hall of Fame referee. But hunger is always still in you, and it hasn't left me yet. So.
Well, they do my blood work and my DNA is boxing.
Yeah, I just had my blood work done the other day, and I think mine was the same thing there too. So
yeah, well that's great. It's good to see you out here in Las Vegas, Michael.
Yeah,
it's going to get you on the right track. You've been doing pretty good on your own for the Philippines, but when you're here in the boxing capital of the world, and with the surroundings of good boxing people, you're going to probably be definitely a world champion in the very near future.
Yes, sir.
Even though you're Asian Pacific WBC champion right now, but when you want to go to the next level, be a world champion, which is really your dream come true, right?
I'm thankful because Sir Jason advised me, and Coach Sugar is still there to guide me to my boxing career.
Great, that's great. I'm sure you'll do just fine for yourself. You're still young. How young are you now?
31.
31. Okay, you still got some years left in you. I hear Manny Pacquiao, he's already what? How old? He's already 40? 41?
42-ish, yeah.
And they're talking about him fighting Mayweather again. There's some talk about that.
That's behind. Yeah, you were just you got some privileged information there, but
I read it online and I said, "Wow, he's making like in Saudi Arabia. They got a lot of money.
Arabia, yeah.
I would do it too. They offer me the kind of money they pay in Saudi Arabia. I'll make a comeback myself."
I don't know if he was joking, but we were just at the UNLV track doing some strength and conditioning a couple days ago, and Sugar Shane Mosley was out there with his son, and he was talking about taking another fight. He was out there working out. So the type of money they're paying these guys now, and this whole everything, but the whole Jake Paul thing, and Mayweather taking exhibition fights, and Pacquiao taking exhibition fights, and them getting paid that money. Jorge Linares is still fighting. All these guys. Someone waves a couple $1 million in front of your face for a 6 or 8 round exhibition or something.
I could tell you right now that I've been thinking about it myself, making a comeback.
Oh man,
I still got a little spark of the old flesh.
Who could we match you up with, man? If someone offered you like $5 or $10 million, you'd have to, against another.
Me and my shadow,
shadow box yourself out there. But, bringing Michael out here was a huge decision for him and his family. He has a young daughter back home that he supports, a 4-year-old daughter, and he wants to better his life and her life. And coming out here, there was a lot of things that went into play. He wanted better strength and conditioning, better nutrition. I don't want to say better coaching because I know he had a great coach out there, but coaching with a high-level guy like Coach Lucas Sugar. We already said Manny Pacquiao's team, many world champions, Filipino Olympic team. Better training partners, higher elevation out here. People don't realize out in Vegas, we're in the high desert. Yeah. So them training and running and jogging and sparring out here, they're already at a higher elevation. And then we take them up to Red Rock Canyon or up to Mount Charleston on Saturdays for their long runs up in the mountains here. So all that together, we're hoping will be all the ingredients needed to take Michael to the next level.
It'll definitely give you a lot more confidence in yourself, knowing that you're at that level now. Because when you're here in Las Vegas, like Jason is just saying, it's a place to say, if I'm going to make it, if I can't make it in Las Vegas, you can't make it anywhere else. You're going to make it here, no doubt in my mind. You got to give it all you have, keep all your discipline, keep yourself clean, keep yourself training, be focused. If you're focused, you become successful.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
We just had that conversation last night. He was getting his night run in the shadow boxing, and I said, you'll look back 20 years from now and be glad, win, lose, or draw, be glad that you took this chance right
Exactly.
here. Versus not coming here and 20 years later saying, dang, man, I wish I would have did it.
Well, sometimes there's things in life that we say, I didn't do this, I should have done it. You don't want to have any regrets.
What ifs?
You want to say, I did it, you don't want to, but a lot of people, they think, they sit back, maybe I should, maybe I'll see what happens. No, you say, you got to make it happen. So you got that confidence, you got to go, you got a good team of people behind you, you keep going forward, you're going to make it.
Yes, sir.
For sure.
Yeah.
Good. I'm glad to hear that. Now, Jason, what's coming up here in the amateur here in Vegas?
Well, like I said, next weekend in Phoenix, Arizona, Mesa, Arizona is the 48th annual Gene Lewis tournament. It's a 3-day tournament, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And it's kind of a tournament 2 or 3 weeks before the Nationals, but this year's the Olympic qualifiers. So you get a lot of high level competition, and pretty much all of our local teams travel to that one every year. So past winners of that tournament was Angelo Lay. All these pros that you see on the West Coast here, and all these people that have titles, they all, when they were 8 years old, 10 years old, 12 years old, all that, they all competed at Gene Lewis tournament, all of them. So we have that coming up. Sunday we have at Richard Steele's gym from 11 to 4, we have our officials clinic.
Right.
So anybody that's listening to this, if you're a coach, an athlete, or someone that would like to start volunteer for USA Boxing as an official, this Sunday at Richard Steele's gym from 11 to 4, we have our officials USA Boxing clinic, where we go over, it's a round table, and we go through all our rules and regulations as far as becoming an official. And then like I said, the weekend after is Gene Lewis, and then the weekend after that at Barry's Boxing, we start our silver gloves. So we have our silver gloves at Barry's Boxing in 2 weeks.
So at our training at Richard Steele Boxing Club here in Las Vegas Sunday, it would be like a seminar, a training, a preparation.
Seminar, training, clinic.
Clinic to be certified later on online.
To help you get certified later on online. So whether you're a brand new official, you go to this, they'll get all your information, you get credit for it, they'll email you the level 1 test. If you're a level 1 official and you complete this and you have your time in to go to level 2, they'll email you the level 2 test, and you can take your level 2 test.
You see, Jason, that's why I'm glad I was able to bring you on the show, because a lot of viewers out there don't know what's going on in the amateur level and how do you become a professional official. But you got to start at the ground level in the amateur ranks. Some officials just decide they want to just stay, and the amateurs, they want to just stay there. They don't want to go pro. It's a lot like a hobby. It's a lot of fun, and a lot of individuals love that. But the best way to do that is, like we said, your training program that you have, and the Richard Steele Boxing Club is coming Sunday. You get the seminar. They prep you for that, to be certified, and that's the way all officials got to be. We need a lot of officials in all sports, but boxing needs a lot of them right now.
Yeah, guys, look, I mean, if you want to volunteer, you have some extra time on your hand, and it's very fun, and you learn a lot, and you meet a lot of people, and you can work your way up to where you have a lot of skills that are needed, where they'll send you out to tournaments around the country and pay your way or pay part of your way to go to these tournaments. You make a lot of good friends and a lot of friendships and memories for life. Right. And then if anybody's inspiring to be a pro official, and a lot of these people aren't aspiring to be a pro official, but they get so good at it, the pros come calling. But if you are out there and you want to become a pro official, you see Joe Cortez's, old fights, or you see Kenny Bayless or Tony Weeks or Mark Nelson or Jack Reese or whoever you see, Harvey Dock, and you're like, man, I want to do that. How do I do that? You got to start in the amateurs. I tell you what, you will build a great base there. You'll build your network. You'll learn the rules. You'll get a good foundation underneath you. You need to do 2, 3, 4, 5 years, travel around, do the regional and national tournaments, and then you have a shot at becoming a pro. Yeah, it's very competitive.
You definitely got to start, you got to create a foundation in the amateur ranks.
Absolutely.
Once you create that, then you got the confidence, and like you said before, the pros will watch and say, you know what, you're pretty good in the amateurs. You would consider going pro. They'll reach out to you, and that's how you get going.
They'll reach out to you. A lot of your state commissions will reach out to you, and then when you get to a certain level, what I would always recommend doing is start getting pro certifications while you're still in the amateurs, if
Right.
that's your goal. Go to the WBA convention, go to the WBC convention, go to IBF, go to WBO. They have seminars there. You can get certified with the WBA, the WBC, and all of them. You can get certified with the ABC rules, American Boxing Commission rules.
Yeah, there's no guarantee that you're going to be working on a professional rank, but it's good to get certified. At least that'll open the door for you.
And you're networking with your colleagues.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Michael, tell us a little bit about how did you get started in boxing?
I started 9 years old when I was a kid. Then I fight around in the province, in the barangay. So I have a lot of fight there, and I started professional boxing 18 years old.
Okay.
Yeah,
How many amateur fights did you have?
Maybe 100.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he says he started about when you was 18 years of age. So you're 31 years old now, and I won't say 31 years old. I say 31 years young. you still got it. So what can you tell our viewers out there, young folks like yourself that got into what good advice can you give to fighters out there listening?
To those willing to fight boxing, I think you need to focus, train hard, and dream big. Yeah.
Okay.
You set your goal in boxing.
Okay.
What has boxing done for you?
I have a lot. I changed my style, my life, because before I were poor. Then
Yeah.
now a little bit.
A little
good.
bit better, yeah.
Yeah,
you're
better.
economic. What has it done for you personally? Confidence, discipline.
A lot. I have hardworking, discipline. Then I always motivate myself that I can do this, I can do that. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
It
Goal oriented.
Yeah.
It gives you a lot of confidence in yourself, not only for boxing, but in life in general.
Yeah.
Gives you confidence you can do anything in life much better.
Yes, sir.
Right?
Yeah.
Well, that's why I bring these individuals on the show, because there's nothing better to listen to coming from their mouth about how you can succeed in life if you give it all you have. It gives you the confidence. Boxing gives you a lot of confidence because you're in there by yourself. You don't have a bunch of team players with you. You're in there by yourself. You got to make it happen. And once you can make that happen, you get to a certain level, you say to yourself, you know what? I can do it. And then after that, you say, I got confidence in myself. I can do anything. Now you got a good job. You're not going to be in boxing for the rest of your life, but you can at least know that you can accomplish certain things, reach a certain level in life. The achievements in boxing will give you the confidence to go all the way in life in general.
Yes, sir.
Jason, tell us now, you as an individual, what got you started in boxing? People say, you were involved with the amateur level. How did you get started in boxing?
Well,
you got a beautiful wife and 2 children. Tell us a little bit about your personal life.
Yeah, well, I was born and raised here. I married my high school sweetheart. We just celebrated our 24th wedding anniversary. Been together 34 years. We both grew up here. I went to Western High School. Got out, went in the Navy a couple years. I was always played sports growing up, soccer, baseball, football, basketball. Did all that, ran around the streets a lot and got in a few scuffles out there too. So I did that. And then, like I said, Navy, got out, and I was really into kind of building my body up and all that. And I got into my late 20s, kind of make a long story short, lifting weights kind of got old, the same routine all the time. I wanted to challenge myself. We were pregnant with our oldest son, Diego, who's 19. And I went into mixed martial arts gym. It was kickboxing, judo, and jiu-jitsu. Started there. It was Roy Nelson, if anybody knows MMA, Big Country, Roy Nelson. And then from there, I kept training, bounced around to a few different gyms in town. I competed in judo, jiu-jitsu, boxing, kickboxing, and taekwondo. About 15 years ago, I met my first boxing coach, Coach Jose Gonzalez, who was a national champion at UNLV over here. He was with Skipper Kelp, was his head coach.
Right, UNLV. Right.
Yeah, he got me into, I started holding mitts for me, pads, and started doing that, and I really liked it. I enjoyed kind of getting punched and punching back. It kind of fit like a glove. It fit my personality. And then from there, I just went to a bunch of different boxing gyms, Joe, and each one I learned more. I was at Fernando Vargas's gym for years in Center Ring, and then finally I ended up at a gym called Never Quit Boxing Gym. I started getting active with USA Boxing, got my coach's passbook, coach's license, and started cornering guys and coaching them. And then I challenged myself. I found this master division within USA Boxing. Everybody had to be 35 years old and up, so they kind of paired you up. You weren't 45 years old fighting an 18-year-old. Boxing an 18-year-old. So I got with Steve Bo's Boxing. He trained me. and I did my fight, and man, I fell in love with it. But I fell in love with boxing. I've always been a boxing fan since the late 70s when I can remember Muhammad Ali, the Larry Holmes era. My favorite fighter was Boom Boom Mancini growing up, and then obviously the Four Kings, really, Mike Tyson, and all of them. So that's how I got into it, and it just grew and grew and grew and grew. I met you. You've helped me grow. I met Coach Sugar. He helped me grow, and now I'm in the professional ranks as a supervisor for the WBF. I did an event in December a few months ago, and then I got an event coming up December 9th in Mexicali. And, I'm just off and rolling. I got to pinch myself, like you say sometimes. I got to pinch myself on how this journey has been.
Now, the fight I'm going to be doing in Mexicali in December, and that's what Michael's fighting on?
Michael's going to be in the Cayman Islands. So I've been working with this promoter in Mexicali, Edgar Mendoza from his promotion company down there in Mexicali. I've been working with him for about 6 months, and we finally put it together. I was going to actually have Tony Weeks come out and ref it, but he's going to be at the WBA convention. But moving forward, Tony Weeks will hopefully, if he's not busy, come down and ref some of these championship fights with the World Boxing Foundation, the WBF. So, and I got other fights in the works that I'm going to be doing around the country.
You got anything happening in Las Vegas here in Nevada?
Not yet. Hopefully, any of these guys that I've had in the amateurs, the Vargas boys, Kermel, Robert Merriweather, my guys, the guys with Knucklehead Boxing, anybody. I'm just waiting to. I'm talking to promoters here and managers and all that, and I'm just waiting to get my first supervised bout here in Las Vegas. That'd be a dream come true.
That'd be great, because back in the days, let's say 20, 25 years ago here in Las Vegas, we used to have boxing 2 or 3 times a week.
Yeah.
That was every week, And I like to see that coming back with the World Boxing Foundation that you're involved with now. Get the sanctioning bodies in, more promoters get involved. And have 2 or 3 shows a week would be good. MMA came in with they kind of took over a lot of the shows. A lot of slots were filled in by the MMA shows. But I think now with the boxing, I think it's coming back. It has the peaks and valleys, and I think now boxing is coming back, and I'm glad you're a part of that.
Joe, I talk to managers and coaches and promoters all day long about how Vegas used to be. Boxing at the Showboat, boxing at the Boat, Arizona Charlie's, Silver Nugget, the Hacienda, the Alad, all these places where we used to have fights all the time. The Orleans, where you would have fights every other week, and they were a lot of them were 4 and 6 round fights. Right. We love Top Rank and PBC and Matchroom and all that, but everything doesn't have to be a home run. To give the local boxers here and newer officials that want to come up and coaches and everybody a chance to compete on these 4 and 6 round events.
Yeah, this is where they develop their skills, and you got to get started somewhere. Having a regular show on a regular basis, hopefully with your new group that you're involved with, the World Boxing Foundation, you can start bringing in more promoters that can start again at the smaller hotels, smaller shows. Don't have to be big main events all the time.
Absolutely.
Some of these, promoters, it costs a lot of money to put these shows together. And when you put these shows together, you have it costs a lot of money, especially these big fights. I understand that HBO went out a couple of years ago. Now I understand that Showtime that they're going to stop boxing as well.
They'll stop, man.
Yeah, it's too much money. They're putting out too much money with these fighters. They should keep going back with the low-level fights. You don't have to spend that much money out there.
Well, it's almost like having the professional ranks, but having these type shows is equivalent to maybe, if you're a baseball fan, having like a AAA farm team. You're getting these kids that are going from the amateurs into the pros, or guys that maybe have less than 5 or 10 pro fights. You're giving them a chance to get work in, and they don't have to fly to Atlanta, or they don't have to go to Mexico, or they don't have to go down to Argentina to get a fight. They can do it here.
Right. You got the boxing capital of the world. You got to get the more hotels get involved, but you got to get the promoters, get the small promoters. There's opportunities for promoters to get licensed here in Nevada. All they got to do is apply for a license in Nevada State Athletic Commission, get their license, start promoting small shows, and start at the ground level. Then eventually develop into the big promoter. But right now, we need more promotions here in Las Vegas.
That's how this was founded. I mean, the WBF started in 1988 in Bristol, Tennessee. The guy that owned the race car, the NASCAR racetrack, there was a big boxing fan. He started it. Roy Jones Jr. had this belt, 2 different weight classes. James Lights Out, Tony, Antonio Tarver, Francis Botha. But that was what the WBF was about, was these 8-round fights and 10-round fights on these lower to mid-level shows,
exactly.
and build that foundation up. And that's what, we're looking to still do and looking to do here in Las Vegas,
Well,
too.
I'm sure they got the right guy like yourself to be doing that here in Las Vegas. Get it going, because we definitely need more boxing in Vegas. I'd like to see these 4, 6-round, 8-round fighters get themselves developed, a little bit more work, and before you know it, they'll be fighting for the championship, just like Michael is doing these days, Michael, we're so glad you're here in Las Vegas now. This is an opportunity. We welcome you here with open arms in Las Vegas, so you can become a world champion in the near future. Yes. And we got to make it happen soon, because the sooner the better.
I hope to give me a chance to fight a world title fight.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you, we understand that you're a good scrapper. You can really mix it up in there, and you got a good chin, and you got a good punching power, and that's what you need in boxing.
Yes,
but the thing is, you got to have the heart, the confidence, and a good team behind you, and you'll make it to the top.
Yeah, I'm very thankful that I have Sir Jason, my team, always supporting me and guide me to my boxing career. So I do all my best for this opportunity they give me to come here in US.
Yeah.
Now, you've been boxing since you're 9, and you have 100 amateur fights and almost 40 pro fights. Since you've been in the United States now for 2 months with Coach Sugar.
Yeah.
And you've been doing this a long time, almost your whole life. Are you learning some new stuff?
Yeah, I learned a lot, even the strength and conditioning. Because in the Philippines, I fight 12 rounds, but I didn't train like strength conditioning, only boxing, like punch meet, punching bag, and make some weight training. So this is I'm happy that I experienced that all kind of training now.
Coach is doing strength and conditioning, and your nutrition, and your cooking, and your vitamins and everything. Yeah,
all complete here. So I'm really blessed to have.
This is new for you then.
Yes,
after that career that you've had, this is new stuff for you too. Yeah, that's awesome.
Now, I understand a lot of Filipinos have good singing voices. Do you sing as well? Can you sing?
Yeah, a little bit.
That could be your second career, huh?
Yeah. Can you give us one of your songs real quick? Just a verse.
What kind of?
Whatever one your favorite.
Like
the Filipinos, they like the 70s soft jams. You got
Be
one?
My Lady.
Okay, go ahead.
Be my lady, let the sun shine through your heart and make a brand new start.
The camera.
Stay with me, it's night and day, to the rest of my life, just like a work of art. My love will last until forever.
All right. Man, I tell you,
We didn't plan that. Trust me, we didn't plan that.
I just thought about it because I always say Filipinos got great talent. Not only in boxing, but they can sing.
Oh, they do karaoke all the time, man. Yeah. How the kids are on the video games, they have the microphone hooked up to the TV and they're doing karaoke. That's their video game.
I'm glad you came on the show today, Michael, because, we want you to feel at home here. We want you to feel like you got a second home now. You're going to make it, in boxing. And again, once you become a champion in the ring, then once you retire, then you're a champion outside the ring, which means a lot in this world.
Yes.
You have any children yet?
Yeah, I have one.
You have one.
One daughter. Yeah.
One daughter. How old is she?
4.
4?
Yeah.
Oh, great. Well, we wish you the very best. And I'm so glad that you guys came on the show today because boxing is a sport that many fans out there love, and we like to see new talent. I'm glad you came to Vegas to explore your future. You can see where you're going here in boxing. Yes. And we got a Jason Vincent, who's a good dear friend of mine, and he's doing a lot for boxing in the amateurs and in the professional ranks now. So we're very pleased that you guys came on the show.
Always very grateful that you always invite me on your show. Very grateful.
It's important. It's important. One thing that I say about Joe Cortez is that I love to help people out there. I love to get my friends out on the shows, and just individuals of any walk of life come on my show. Not only boxing, I bring people on the show to talk about anything you do in your life, to share your knowledge and wisdom. I love working with seniors. I like working with the youth programs. I love getting the people on the right track because we all need a little help. Sooner or later, we're all going to get to a certain level in our life that we're going to need some guidance and some help. That's why I work a lot with the Agent in Place group here in Las Vegas. And Deanne Cameron, who's the chairperson of the Agent in Place, has given me opportunity to talk to the seniors out there about what's going on and how we can help them, get them on the right track. With that said, guys, God bless you all. We'll talk to you next week. Okay? Keep your guards up at all times.
Yes,
Michael and
Thank you
Jason,
very much,
thank you
sir.
for being on the show.
Thanks for having us.
See you
Joe.
guys
Thank
next
you.
week.
Grateful.
Keep your
Yeah.
guards up at all times. Remember, I'm fair, but I'm firm. Touch them up.